Hello class, this video will remind you how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. So we're going to use the example x squared minus 14x plus 16 equals 0. And if we're solving by completing the square, this is one where it's a little bit different because the first step is to get it in the form x squared plus bx equals some number. So in many of the ways we solve, we have to have it equal to 0. Completing the square is different. So in this case, I have x squared minus 14x plus 16, so I need to get the 16 to the other side. So I would subtract 16 from both sides. I am left with x squared minus 14x equals negative 16. Now step 2 is where we actually use the algebra tiles to introduce what we would do. So we'd say, okay, if we had an x squared, that's the big box. But then if we have 14 x's, and in this case they're negative, but I'll worry about the negative later. If I want to make this into a perfect square, which is what we're doing, I would need to break up 14 x's. And so we talked in class about how we'd cut those in half. So I'd put 7 here and 7 here. So 14 is the b. So we said we would take b over 2. But then really what we're trying to figure out is how many ones would be down here to complete that and make it a perfect square trinomial. And so we said, well, if this is 7 and this is 7, to get the area of this, we would do 7 squared, which is 49. So step 2 is where we use this idea, but the simpler way to say it is we said, okay, we're going to add b over 2 squared. And the reason we're going to do that is because if I add b over 2 squared here, which we just said is 49, because if I have b over 2, it's negative 14 over 2 squared, negative 7 squared is 49. Okay, so I add that to the left side to create a perfect square trinomial. However, we can only do that if we do it to both sides. So step 2 is to add b over 2 squared to both sides. And we do that to create a perfect square trinomial. Now if we go back to the x box, or the algebra tiles over here, if I want to talk about what the length of this side of the box is, this is really x by x, right? And then we have 7 here. So this side is x plus 7. And this side is x plus 7 as well. So if we want to talk about why this next step happens, and in this case though it's going to be negative because these are negatives, in step 3, we are going to write the perfect square trinomial. Perfect square trinomial as a binomial squared. It's because of this idea that you can always quickly and easily factor it. We talked about it's the square root of this, the square root of this, so x and 7. The only difference is that because that sign's a minus, I have to subtract it. So in this case, I was showing the length, so I did put plus, but it should be minuses. But I have x minus 7 times x minus 7, which is x minus 7 squared. So that perfect square trinomial always factors as this type of binomial. And then I think I get a 33 over here when I do a negative 16 plus 49. And then finally, step 4 is to solve for x. Step 1, you want to square root both sides. Okay, so to get rid of the square, I square root both sides. So I get x minus 7, because that cancels that out, equals, and then be careful, make sure when you square root both sides, you get plus or minus the number. So it's plus or minus root 33. Remember, we do want to simplify radicals. I would have to think about if root 33 could be simplified, but it's 3 times 11, it's a prime number, so it can't. And then step 2 is move the number away from x. So in this case, I have x minus 7, so I'd have to add 7. Because I couldn't simplify that radical, I just end up with 7 plus or minus square root 33. Remember, if that was an actual number like a 2, you would do 7 plus 2 and 7 minus 2 to get your 2 answers. But if it's just a radical that you can't simplify, or you simplify it but it still has a radical in it, you just leave it in this form. And that's how we solve a quadratic, by completing the square.